not working, but even better. So, because consumer knowledge is kind of the next step. So initially it was customer knowledge, so that all the people who bought with you and at you, so that you need to understand. But having a lot of retail formats facing the situation that only 15 to 25% of the people who are in the store are at the end also buying. You also, and maybe even more important, need to understand why the 75 to 85% didn't buy. So that's why, and what we call the consumer, because they are the potential that you have, and therefore you need to understand them. And this is kind of the also the new retail that is necessary, and also by intent showing, so with a new retail, as I have written this on the slide, because retail in the future will be based on knowledge, and therefore is key, but not only the transparency, also as mentioned before, retailers and the whole industry need to be willing to launch measures, to change behavior, to change things based on the gained insights on transparency. So if you are not willing to launch also certain measures, then it's even a waste of time and money to try to increase the transparency. So therefore, you need to be willing from day one onwards, really to launch measures that you can change certain things. So, and why are we? So we are convinced that this is a key success factor, and therefore we based our business model to deliver and being a partner for retailers and mall operators to deliver consumer knowledge, consumer insights. How do we do this? So we launch and we offer also here in India via our partner Aryahan, so 3 services. So first, and that's the fundament of all consumer-based behavior, it's an analytical part. So, because only when you really understand your customers and consumers, you are able to change their behavior, changing in a way that they behave better or more in the way you want them to behave. So, but also fulfilling the needs of the customers and consumers. So therefore, kind of knowledge, transparency, and understanding is the key. So therefore, our first service, we call it Answers, is the fundament. But we also realize that only delivering insights, what I also mentioned before, is not good enough. We also need to enable retailers to get in touch and to directly launch certain measures. So therefore, we are happy that we are one of the limited, very exclusive partners, for example, of Facebook, but also of Google, to do some location-based, very dedicated and omni-channel retargeting. So meaning, based on the behavior that customers and consumers show in the offline world, that this behavior can be used to retarget for certain marketing campaigns in the offline and the online, but also mobile world. So therefore, that it really can directly guide your consumers to do what you want them to do. And last but not least, as you all retailers have already also very loyal customers, you are able to, you need to get in touch with them as well. So they are willing, for example, to download certain apps and things like that. So you are able to learn and make maximum use of the data you create via this. But you also should use the possibilities to get in touch with them. And therefore, also technologies like beacons are a great help. But the use case, especially for the retargeting, but also the beacon campaigns, need to be the things that are kind of focus and not the technology. So we are offering this as a kind of a full service partner. So we start with the data capturing, but we also integrate your own data sources. We take external data like weather data into account to really be able to do best-in-class, state-of-the-art data analytics to gain the maximum out of the data that is available, to guide you, and also based on the knowledge and the experience of our very experienced team to launch measures really to change the behavior of your consumers. So far so good. You need to really nevertheless take into consideration two large, we call them buts, but so things to really to think about and to be aware. So being a German company, but also for all Indian retailers, small operators, it will be crucial, and it is already crucial nowadays, that you follow data privacy and that you really treat the data of your consumers, of your customers in a very respectful way. So therefore, really all data that you have is great, but without data protection, it's worthless and meaningless. So therefore, really from day onwards, I only want to give you the advice, take data protection and data security very serious, because this is and will be really a very strong boomerang that's gonna come to you when you don't take care of that. So therefore, be aware of that and take the possibilities that are around. So luckily, our mother, Telefonica, has created some platforms that are available for the public, but also we are running our services on to anonymize data, so really to be on the safe side with respect to data protection. So it's not God-given, but it is possible to treat the data really in the right way and in a way that is really following all the expectation and also laws, especially in Europe. And the second thing is, as mentioned also before, you need to be willing to launch certain measures. So just data, gaining data is useless. So be aware and kind of take the Nike slogan for all these things, just do it. So really try it out, launch methods, try also maybe innovative, crazy things out if you realize that there might be potential for further changes and for further improvement. Don't think, I don't believe that. In the end, it's necessary that your customers want this and believe in that. So therefore, and try it out and have the possibilities to measure all these things that you tried out. That's crucial and that's key, and not what we believe, what you believe. In the end, consumer tells us what to do today, but even more what we need to do tomorrow. So future, especially for brick and mortar and offline retail, I'm convinced can be and also will be for the strong retail players very promising, and offline retail will have a very strong position in the overall omni-channel marketing landscape. But it will not be the case that everything can be done as it has been done in the 1980s, 1990s. So we need all to take advantage of new possibilities, to change our decision making, to change our also internal discussions, so that we make use of data. But as it is possible, we should and we need to take, as an industry, take advantage of these possibilities to improve and successfully survive and deliver the shopping experience that consumers are expecting. So that are my thoughts on kind of the key success for consumer knowledge that I just wanted to quickly bring over to you. If you are interested in more, just ask your question now, or we have outside, just when falling out of this room, we have our stall, more than happy to discuss in more detail also over there. Thank you.
Please give it up for him. Thank you so much, sir. Please come on stage. Mr. Rajesh Jain, Managing Director and CEO, Sports and Leisure Apparel Limited licensees in India. Mr. Rajesh Jain. Mr. Manish Mandhana, Mandhana Retail Ventures. Mr. Lalit Agarwal, Chairman and Managing Director,